radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Friday, April 16th at 9 a.m., Elizabeth and Tonya, along with their partners Julie and Jen from the Early Learning Coalitions of Marion County, will be guests to tell us about developmental screenings, referrals, and who they are for. Resources for families in our communities. Bright future starts with preparation now. And that is what the Early Learning Coalition does. Good beginnings equal great endings. We all benefit from that greatness. So be sure to tune in each Friday at 9 a.m. for early learning right here on The Source.
It's tree planting time, and that means it's time to remind you of Bob Wine's great deal on trees. Take your pick from any tree in their huge stock, and then you get another tree just like it for half price. And that deal applies to all trees up to Bob Wine's famous jumbo trees. Simply said, you always buy one and get one at half price. Be sure to check the Super Doorbusters on great-looking Laura Pedalum. Not $8.99, but just $3.99. That truckload sale on roses continues. Knockouts just $24.99. Huge double red knockout roses only $69.99. And you'll find more azaleas than you've ever seen in one place, starting with the ever-blooming red ruffles, still just $3.99. Check all this week's deals at BobWinesCameliaGardens.net. That's Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3:30, serving you in the same place for nearly 70 years.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Sun and Fun's Aerospace Expo is back and better than ever from April 13th through the 18th. It's not just an air show, it's everything aviation in 2021. And you don't want to miss it. Join fellow aviation enthusiasts as we watch mighty warbirds in flight, vintage bombers to modern fighter jets, and our headlining act, the Blue Angels, as they celebrate their 75th anniversary, where they'll unveil their newest Super Hornet. Watch the night sky gleam with our first ever amazing drone light show, aerobatic flyers, a fireworks display, and Wall of Fire. Our event takes place on 1,000 spacious outdoor acres at the Lakeland Linder International Airport, where you'll have a front row ticket to all the action at Sun and Fun's world-famous showcase of the past, present, and future of aviation. Children under 10 are free, so make plans to bring the whole family and experience 6 exciting days of the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. For ticket information and show schedules, visit us at flysnf.org.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday hump day. Got a lot going on in the show today. Abate of Florida, Inc., they're the Forest chapter. They're going to have a poker run that's coming up. It's going to be a poker run that benefits different charities Abate's a part of. So we'll talk with them about that at 9 o'clock. At 9:35, Laura Burns and Workforce Connections will be here. And then we're going to talk to Lou Manfredini. He's an ACES gardening expert, and we're going to get tips on your lawn and garden to start the spring. That in the 10 o'clock hour. Plus, we're talking about music and the influence it's had on your life. And I've had a lot of different influences from music. My dad was, German that came here as a small boy and had Midwestern roots. I say Midwestern roots. My grandfather had a milk dairy farm in Wisconsin, right outside of Sparta, Wisconsin. When my uncle, my dad's brother, got to be old enough where he could take over the farm, Grandma and Grandpa moved in town to 612 Oak Street in Sparta, but kept the farm. My Uncle Leroy kept the farm going. My dad decided he didn't want to be a farmer all his life, so he joined the military. But, he was country music was what formed him, Midwestern boy. Country music was what formed him. My mom, big Sinatra fan. Big band fan. She was, the Italian side, Dean Martin, people like that. Really big influence. My sister, huge influence. Donna Wells. She lives up in Minnesota. I don't know why you would want to live in Minnesota unless you're just crazy, but she lives in Minnesota, and she was a big influence on me because she was in her teenage prime years of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 in the early 70s when music was coming out of it was kind of evolving out of the psychedelic and into the hard rock and stuff, and then we had the disco era. Oh dear God. And then I grew up. I was a child of the '80s and MTV, which we had bad English music, but we all loved it because it had videos that went with it. So even though the music wasn't, let's be honest. Flock of Seagulls, And I Ran was a terrible song. It's a horrible song. But it had a video. Devo's Crack That Whip. Terrible music. But it had a video. The B-52's Rock Lobster, to me, one of the greatest songs ever, but that's just me. But a lot of people didn't like it. But you know why it got so much play? Had a video. So just the way music has evolved and every aspect of it. Like right now, I'm in this time and place where I don't listen to radio a lot because I'm on radio and everything. It's just, you get burned out. But when I do listen, I got, I do my subscriber to YouTube Music. And when I do listen to music, I listen to I'll be in the golf cart with my music playing, and somebody look at me and go, what kind of music selection do you have over there? I go, what do you mean? They go, well, you played Luke Combs, then you played Ice Cube, then you played Eminem, then you played Frank Sinatra, then you played Bobby Darin, then you came back to Luke Bryan, and then you played Dolly Parton. I go, yeah, what's the big deal? It's all great music. What's the big deal? How's music influence you? 622-9622 is the number to call. Music's been a big influence in my life. It's one of those things. I own personally over 160,000 digital songs on 2 external hard drives, and I could literally put one of those. I could plug those hard drives into a computer, press play, and it would continuously play for 3.5 years. But I just love music. And I'm big Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd guy. Really big. Love Jimi Hendrix, but I love Bob Marley too, the same way I love Jimi Hendrix. I love reggae music. Reggae music has helped white people dance for 75 years. Even an out of rhythm, 2 left foot white guy like myself can dance to the reggae music. Because it's just bop. It's just easy. Just easy. You hear Bob Marley in your head. It's just easy. So music's been a big influence in my life, and I'm sure it has been in other people's as well. 622-9622 is the number. Hey, there's a new survey out. It ranks the United States as the best states to live in from 1 to 50, and they conducted a survey nationwide. YouGov.net .org did this. They did it through March 12th through the 15th of 2021. They reached out to 250,000 Americans across the country, and they asked them to choose the better of two states from a list of 50 states in Washington, D.C. in a series of head-to-head matchups. And then they got the percentage of each time the state won their matchup, and they came up with the states that won more than the other ones. And I was surprised at some of them, but not really. The states that are at the top of the list, I mean, number one on the list, Hawaii. Okay, yeah. If I could afford to live in Hawaii, I would, because it's just gorgeous. Number two on the list, Colorado. If you've never been to Colorado, you don't understand this because you think mountains and all. It's a beautiful state. Colorado's amazing. 3, Virginia. 4, Nevada. 5, North Carolina. 6, right here where we live, Florida. 7, Arizona. 8, New York. 9, Georgia. And 10, Texas. So, I'm not surprised by any of those because they're all tourist destinations. Then you go to the middle of the road states from 25 through 30, and you get states like Rhode Island, Maryland, Utah, New Mexico, South Carolina, Louisiana. And is it really a surprise, the bottom 5 states, really? Let's be honest. I mean, when I looked at this, I go, I bet I can tell you the 3 bottom states, and I was entirely correct. The 3 bottom states, and I got them in the order they went in. I said the 3 bottom states probably be Mississippi, Alabama, and the District of Columbia. The 3 bottom at 49, Mississippi, 50, Alabama, 51, District of Columbia. So not really surprising, but the fact that, a lot of people think that one of the best places to live in the whole United States is the state we live in, and sometimes I think we take for granted. I mean, I know I take Florida for granted sometimes. I'm an annual pass holder at Disney. I'm an annual pass holder at SeaWorld. And sometimes I sit there and I'll be in line, waiting in line for a ride, and I'll hear this family that's got broken. They speak. You can tell they're Irish and they're speaking English, but you really have to pay attention to get a little bit of what they're saying. And you think, that father and mother there probably saved for 6, 7, 8 years, because to go to Disney and bring your family to Disney for a week with housing and food and everything, it's $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 for a week. And you think about parents saved and all to bring their kids over for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I can go do every day of the week because I got an annual pass. Sometimes I don't think we take into effect. Sometimes I think we take for granted just how great a place we live in. And now with the way Governor DeSantis is running the thing, I mean, welcome to the United States of Florida. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So... but just this survey has Florida ranked number 6 under Hawaii, Colorado, Virginia, Nevada, and North Carolina. And I've been to all of those states, and I could put Florida above all of those except Hawaii probably. But I could also put Florida right where it is and those states right where they are because they're great. I mean, North Carolina, just the outdoors stuff you can do in North Carolina is amazing. The history of Virginia is amazing. Colorado and Hawaii are both beautiful. Nevada's got Vegas. That's why it's so high on the list. So, I understand, but Florida's 6th on the list. Good for Florida. Hey, coming up next, we're talking to a bait about a poker run they got coming up right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.